Welcome to Third International Web Conference on Forecasting. Let me briefly introduce myself. I am expert at Turkish Statistical Institute and have PhD degree on agricultural economics from 19 Mayıs University. Today, I want to present how Producer Price Index, Consumer Price Index, and Consumer Confidence Index interact with each other. The case of Turkey. The scope of my presentation can be introduced in 4 parts: introduction, material and methods, results, and conclusions. Let's begin with introduction. The index numbers are the most commonly used instruments to measure changes in levels of various economic variables. The changes are essential in order to sustain stability in the market, especially for developing countries. The most essential indices are price indices for developing countries such as Turkey, but also the reflection of price stability on different indicators, for instance confidence, is of vital importance. Therefore, the studies on the relationship between the indices are very essential to evaluate the economic development of Turkey. The objective of the study is to evaluate the causal relationship between Producer Price Index, Consumer Price Index, and Consumer Confidence Index in Turkey for the period 2006 January to 2019 August. Now we can look at the material and methods of the study. The material of the study is the monthly time series data of PPI, CPI, and CCI for 104 months period from 2006 January to 2019 August, and it was obtained from the databases of Food and Agricultural Organization. The methods of the study are Johansen cointegration method and Granger causality test. Johansen cointegration method is a method for both determining how many cointegrating vectors there are and estimating all the distinct relationships. If there are n variables which all have unit roots, there are at most n-1 cointegrating vectors. In Granger causality test, there are more than 2 time series, and the relationship among the series is analyzed through the direction of them. The coefficients of the variables will be statistically significant if the causality is available. EROGLU 8 and RStudio were used in order to analyze the data. Now we can look at the results of the model. The autocorrelation and partial autocorrelation graphs indicate that 3 series are non-stationary at level. Therefore, augmented Dickey-Fuller test should be applied in order to decide whether the series have unit root or not. Augmented Dickey-Fuller test results report that we cannot reject the null hypothesis of unit root in PPI, CPI, and CCI series, and they are non-stationary. However, all of them are stationary in first differences, and the null of a unit root in the difference of the series could be rejected. Therefore, the series are I1. Results of the Johansen cointegration test highlighted that PPI, CPI, and CCI are cointegrated. Therefore, the null hypothesis of non-cointegration was rejected at the level of 0.05 significance and at most 1 cointegration between the series. The causality test results of the study indicated that there is bidirectional causality between PPI and CPI, and unidirectional causality runs from PPI to CCI. Let me introduce the conclusions. PPI is leading indicator of Turkish economy, and consumer price and confidence is very sensitive to production and producer price. PPI should be the first step of price targeting. Policymakers could predict future inflation of consumer and confidence by means of PPI, and economic policies should initially take the supply-side inflation into consideration and try to lessen the inflationary pressures over the producers. Thank you for your attention.